Hey, this is John with thenetguy.com, and if this is your first visit to my channel, welcome. And if it's a repeat visit, welcome back. My channel focuses on hardware reviews, technology tips, and I'm going to show you today how to install a Mount Pro monitor arm on this 30-inch gaming widescreen that I reviewed the other day. So this monitor arm installs and allows full motion, and it brings the monitor height up. The monitor height is actually too low. So if I'm using this monitor, I'm looking down, that can cause neck issues, cervical neck issues. And by having a monitor that's adjustable, I have a place to put my keyboard when I'm done with it. I can put my flight stick over here. It's gonna make this a lot more convenient. So stick around. Okay, so I'll do a quick unboxing here. So these monitor arms generally come with two main pieces. You've got the monitor arm, and then you've got the clamp that goes underneath the desk. Now this one's got some great adjustability. It's gonna have lots of screws, but the other nice thing about it is it has a bag of all of the hardware that you're gonna need to both adjust it and to install it, so keep that to the side. This is going to be the bottom side of the clamp, which goes underneath the desk, and then that can mount. And this is the desk clamp right here. And overall, this is the monitor arm. So when you plan for where the monitor arm's going to go, just remember that you may have it going 90 degrees sideways and then forward. So this changes its orientation. So if you want the monitor low and where it's at right now, you can't put this up against the wall traditionally with the arm facing back. You might have to have it go 90 degrees. So as you're planning this, you may need to make the base off center if you want the center of the monitor in the center. So those are the parts. I'm going to put those to the side. They're well packaged here. The one thing I'm not seeing is some quality instructions. So I think we're going to have to go off this little tiny card here. Warning, stored energy hazard, failure to read the instructions, which they're not here. I'm going to check the box. Well, apparently they put them underneath everything. So the instructions are hidden underneath all of the packing material on the bottom side that you would never open. But here's what I was showing about the bottom of the monitor arm here. You can either clamp it through a desk. So if you have a grommet or a hole for the monitor arm, you can clamp through the desk, or you can clamp from around the backside. Like mine has a small gap for cables. I'm gonna have to mount mine through the backside. So that's the mounting option that I'm gonna use. So just looking through here, it's a traditional installation. You've got 3 bolts that go to the bottom for that back plate. Looks like it's all Allen heads that are included, and then they're gonna bolt from the backside. So these ones here are gonna be interesting because I don't have access to the back side of my desk when it's going in, so I might have to do those early. So I might have to adjust this a little bit for my specific installation. And it looks like the monitor is easily removable, which is what I like here on this Visa mount. So the back side of a monitor will have 4 holes in it on either a 75mm square pattern or a 100mm square pattern, which this supports both of. Looks correct. There we go. So you can see that was the built-up pressure that it was talking about. So this is spring-loaded here. There's some weight on here that's going to automatically lift that monitor and help keep it in place. So for my specific installation, I'm going to use this bottom foot, and I'm going to have to attach it here like so with the provided 3 screws. Then I'm going to have to come back through with this adapter, and I'm going to have to attach it this way and slide this whole unit in assembly behind my desk. So I'm hoping that there's enough room to get the screws in from behind. That could be a little difficult, so that's going to be underneath my desk. So here I'm going to open up the supplied parts bag. Okay, I don't need these parts. These are if you're going to go through the bottom of the desk. I don't need any of that, so I'm going to save those off to the side. This would be that same piece. I do need 3 screws for the base here, which it looks like you can't do it the wrong way. it is definitely indexed, so you can't put these in incorrectly. But I'm going to put those here. I'll just start them by hand. I'll use the smaller of the Allen screws to pre-drive these in. Now I know my desk here is 3/4 of an inch thick because I built it myself, but you can have different size desks. I think this fits up to a 2-inch desk thickness. And the way you do that is these holes that are on the bottom here, there's 3 holes, that means 2 sets. And you can take this bracket and you can attach it at different heights. So you can be at that smaller adjustable height right there, or you can be at the larger height. I think I'm going to want to be at the smaller of the adjustment range as well. So this is what I'm going to have to do from underneath the desk, I believe, because I don't have a lot of extra excess. So I'm going to run this back out. Perfect. I'm going to match it up here. I'm just going to make sure that I've got the right screws to attach. There we go. Now there's a bunch of different Allen heads here, and they're actually for different bolts throughout the mechanism. You can adjust the tension on the lift and movement and other items here using those Allen head screws. So this is the basic VESA mount. So if I come over here, I can get it in and I can essentially lock it to my desk. Now this is obviously backwards, but you can see how this will work. It's got tension, it's got adjustability. I can move this all around in 360 degrees, and this top swivels at 180 degrees from what I read. Looks like it also has a safety here. That must be what this one is, yep. So once I have it on that, now that's gonna make it really easy to mount, and I'll tell you why. With my monitor, I was a little bit worried because the stand has to be removed and an adapter put in its place for this mount to attach. So I'm gonna have to lay the whole monitor down flat here before I can do the work, but it's nice that it has this removable mount, which is gonna make it really easy when it comes time to install this. Okay, so on to the next step. I'm actually gonna take this, and when I have my monitor out of the way, I'm gonna install the base, but I'm gonna take this mount here and I'm gonna install it on the back of my monitor so I have that piece ready. So I'm gonna make some room and we'll be right back. So I'm gonna have to remove this monitor leg right here, this monitor stand, so that I can put the VESA mount on the back of this monitor. There we go. That's removed. Okay, so now for the next step. On my monitor, I have that center hole, and this is the adapter. It only mounts, looks like, one way and gives me a VESA mount on a curved back monitor. So what I'm gonna do is attach this as if it were the regular back of the monitor onto the mount with the included screws. So they have several different kinds of screws and several different washers that come with the kit for the back of your monitor. Most monitors are going to use these smaller amounts. If you have an older monitor or something that's much heavier than this one, it's going to be able to use the large ones. I think the maximum on this monitor is 14 pounds. Okay, so this is attached now and nice and firm so that this can go on there. I'm gonna have to move my desk a little bit so that I can reach that plate for the monitor through the bottom of the desk. Now, like I said, you may need to adjust this depending on your situation so that your monitor, when it's all the way back, is centered. So this is going to have to go that way. I'm going to have to move this down. Okay. And I want this to be roughly in the center, which I know is in line with there. So that's when it's in the down position. I need it right about there. Perfect. Okay, so that's where I'll leave that base unit. So here I am underneath the desk, and it turns out that my desk is just tall enough that I can't reach that top screw hole with the back plate where I want it. So I'm going to use the lower mounting plate, which will work just fine. I added the 2 screws, and now I'm using this very long adjuster to make sure that I can place it where I want it to be. Now I'll come in and I'll tighten these ones back here up with the Allen wrench that they provided me. I just want to give this a little bit of tension and check out the alignment upstairs. So now that I'm done with the work underneath the desk, the next part is really easy. Make sure that we have a firm connection on the monitor stand here so that it's not going to hurt anything and that it's got plenty of support. And then I'm going to have this at its highest angle, and I'm going to attach the monitor with the VESA mount to that. Perfect. Now, when I put my monitor in here, you can see it wants to fall. So that's where I'm going to have to use the included adjusters to tighten up the hinges on here. Okay. Now that I have this, the monitor tends to want to fall. So I'm going to adjust the tension, and I'm going to increase the spring tension here so that the monitor, when I adjust it down to the middle, it doesn't automatically want to fall. So I'm turning to the left here to increase the tension on the monitor spring itself. There we go. Okay, that's already getting better. So now I can adjust it part way down and it doesn't fall. Perfect. Awesome. So that's almost at full extension. The monitor is doing that. Now I need to slide it back and towards the center. And I now have an adjustable floating monitor, which we can use to access the cables behind here. Perfect.
So all in all, I'm pretty happy with this monitor stand. The monitor is adjustable up, down, left or right, tilt up, tilt down, or rotate left and right. With the monitor at full height, it's almost perfect for me. You want your eye level to be about 2/3 up from the bottom of the monitor and no strain to your posture. My daughter even lowers the monitor when she's playing games.
Overall, I give it about a 4 out of 5 stars because I think it's usable, it works, it's functional, it has many different mounting options, and the gas strut does hold the monitor up. I'm a little worried about the quality because it's not as thick as some of the other units I've used, but for the price, less than $30, you're getting a good deal if that's the budget you have to spend. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of another one of my videos. This stuff takes a lot of time. It takes me about an hour for every minute of final produced video. So when people are asking you to subscribe and like their videos, they're doing it because it's a passion and they would really love to have you come back and watch their next creation. If you find this video interesting, please consider giving it a like, or better yet, put a comment in there so I can respond back to you. I respond back to nearly all of my comments, even the haters.